Soapbox Players proudly presents Accommodation. Everything you need to know is in your program, except please join the cast downstairs after the show. We are glad you're here.
Yes, honey? 1 second. Hey, please use your voice and don't stomp at me.
Why can't you take a picture of a man with a hearing aid in Jerusalem? Because you have to take a picture with a camera, not a hearing aid.
Really? Okay, I need to get back to work. I'm trying to work here. What time did you say that late arrival starts at school?
10:30, but I guess I can leave early to check the file. I have to tell you something.
Do I need to sit for this?
You're already sitting down.
Right. When you say things like that, it freaks me out. Are you pregnant?
No.
Did you get a tattoo? Are you flunking out of school?
OMG, no.
What?
Okay, I called the clinic in California to set up an appointment for a cochlear implant. Mom, I know, but I'm almost 18. Okay, I will be before you know it. Please, will I still have insurance coverage? Okay, I left a note for Casey, and I expect that as soon as he reads it, he'll come running over here, wave it in your face, saying, Ella, we talk about her now.
Oh, Ella, you remember my boss, Morgan?
Hey, Ella. Nice to see you again. Oh, I've heard you like deaf hearing jokes. I have one for you.
Who's this?
Finger spell.
Figure spell who?
W-H-O. That new client call is on the phone. Can we take that in here?
Hello. I'm Morgan Paris. I'm speaking through an interpreter. Can you hear and understand her clearly?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so I'm the attorney designated to be your child's guardian ad litem. So I'm looking through the paperwork and it's not clear. I'm sorry. Can you please explain the situation?
Yes, thank you. My wife and I heard about you being adopted by deaf people, about how social services tried to force your family to get you the cochlear, but your parents found a good lawyer to keep you hearing impaired. We figured that you'd understand that adoptive parents know best.
How can I help you?
We adopted a baby boy about 6 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And?
We just found out the baby is deaf.
Oh, again, congratulations. Wonderful.
What? No, we aren't deaf. Obviously. We don't even know any deaf people. The terms of the adoption don't include paying for the operation for a cochlear implant.
What's happening? Why'd you stop? Oh, shit.
Hold it. Sorry to interrupt. Another play, The Debating the cochlear implant? Another play where parents argue about it? How many of these do I have to sit through?
Okay, hang on please. Sorry for the interruption. I'm the writer and de facto director of this piece. This is our executive producer, who apparently never read the script. This is why I asked you to read the script, or at least come watch a rehearsal. Since this is one of 3 performances, not really the time to have this kind of discussion. Can we talk about it after?
Another fucking play about the fucking cochlear.
No, it's not about that. It's only part of the story. It's in here to set up how we sign context. Okay, please just watch the rest. I'm terribly sorry for this. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate your patience. Let's continue. We can watch from here.
Okay, so you're saying the terms of the adoption does not including funds to insert a cochlear implant into your child's head?
No.
I'm not clear on the problem.
We don't want our kid to suffer his whole life being deaf when everyone else in his world can hear. Can you help us force the adoption agency to pay for the surgery? Otherwise, I don't want this to sound mean.
Oh, please, continue.
We don't want our kid to be disabled all his life. I mean, who would want to live hearing impaired forever? Especially if they didn't have to. So, we want to get him a cochlear implant as soon as possible.
Deaf, hard of hearing.
Excuse me?
The term hearing impaired focuses on what your baby can't do. Your baby is deaf. I'm going to give you a freebie and let you know that your baby is deaf, and so it's good to never refer to your baby as hard of hearing or as hearing impaired or disabled. The term is deaf or hard of hearing.
Hold it. Are you kidding me? Who's gonna swallow this shit? That's like politically correct bullshit.
Look, this is a predominantly hearing audience. They're new to this. You, sir, have you ever met a deaf person?
Yes, I have.
Oh, must be a friend of one of the actors. Okay, 5 more minutes. Let's jump to when JULES comes in.
Excuse me. I'm here for an interview with Morgan Harris, and they sent me in from reception. Is this a bad time? Hello. Excuse me. I'm over here. Oh, I'm sorry. I've never met a real deaf person before. It's very nice to meet you. This interview is scheduled by my community newsletter.
So I have to go downstairs. There's a client issue. This is my legal assistant / interpreter. She knows the law office and my story intimately. She can answer your questions completely. Awesome. Okay, why don't we sit?
Wow, that was cool. Well, thanks for making time for me today. This article will qualify for the social service column.
So how does the interview qualify?
Well, it's for the community newsletter special needs column, and it's about working here and this office being run by a disabled person, and what it's like having only one interpreter in the office.
Well, for the record, there's no one running the office that's disabled.
Who is running it?
Morgan. Morgan is deaf, not disabled.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've never shaken hands with a deaf person before. I didn't know they could be lawyers. Now, you're the only one in the office who could talk with their hands, right? Do you know a lot of deaf people?
Well, my husband and my daughter are both deaf. Oh, speak of the devil. This is my husband, Casey.
I'm in the middle of a horrible interview. Do you mind waiting just a minute?
Fine, we need to talk about Ella.
He is deaf. 2 deaf people in one day? Before today, I never met even one real deaf person. Hang on, I just remembered I had a few signs I learned today.
You just signed nice to kill you. I think you meant to sign nice to meet you.
Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. Let me try again.
Nice to meet you.
Now, why would anyone not want to fix being deaf if they could? I'd do anything to fix it if I was deaf and dumb.
What did she say? Fix what?
Oh my God. Okay, hold it. First off, the term deaf and dumb is archaic. Get rid of it. From now on, just use the term deaf. Are you serious? How many times do we have to see a hearing person using an interpreter for the first time? It's not funny. I'm sick of it.
Okay, this isn't for a deaf audience. It's for people like JULES who've never had a face-to-face conversation with a deaf person. I'm trying to normalize something that people in the hearing world think isn't normal. Let's jump to the end, to Casey's rant. I'll admit, this part is a bit preachy, but the people who need to hear it will.
I don't know if you know how interpreting works, but when you and I are having a conversation, you look at me. You look at me. When I talk, she'll sign. When you sign, she'll talk.
Okay.
I'm not going to die because I'm deaf. It's who I am.
I didn't mean
The problem with cochlear implants is it doesn't fix hearing. You still have to learn how to lip read, so you look at me. High percentage of surgeries result in infection. You can't get them wet, no showering when they're on, and in very rare occasions, well, I've seen the pictures, so it's not.
You think that is a disability that I need to be fixed. What needs to be fixed is you insensitive, oblivious hearing people.
Was that necessary?
Hey, that's a really good question. It's true. A lot of people choose to get the cochlear implant. It's not always successful. But you make it sound like it's always a bad thing. You're going to piss off a lot of people.
Maybe after today, you and I could brainstorm a few ways to address cochlear. without getting political. That could be all of Act 2. This is only a 1 act.
Act 1? You think there's gonna be an intermission? People are gonna come back? What are you smoking?
Can we continue, please? Without interruption, please? We only have 3 more pages.
Finally, we really need to talk about Ella.
Can't this wait until we get home later?
No, I want to have this discussion now. Just you and me. I will not allow Ella to have surgery that might or might not work just because she thinks hearing would be easier.
You can't do that.
I just did.
What about what Ella wants?
You don't understand.
I'm sorry. I forgot my bag.
Sorry. I'm sorry that I went off on you. I need to keep an open mind. I'm just learning. Can you please accept my apology?
I know. You're right. I'll try to do better. Thank you.
Can we please not argue in front of the office here?
Are you afraid they'll hear us? No one else hears signs well. We don't have to look like we're having an argument. You are so fucking stubborn.
I'm stubborn. You're the one who's making decisions without discussion.
I know it's best for her, remember? I'm the deaf one here. This is not about you or me, this is about Ella.
Bullshit. This is totally about you and you not wanting to be the only deaf person in the house. I've been the only hearing person and trust me, it's not always a great place to be. This is hard for me to say, but Ella doesn't want to always rely on interpreters.
I am not always dependent on needing an interpreter.
Well, I am dependent on people needing interpreters. I spend my whole day interpreting. Do you have any idea what a pain in the ass it is to interpret mansplaining? I'm not deaf, and I'll never be deaf, and even if I was, I wouldn't feel right making that decision for somebody who was.
She's 15 years old. She wants makeup and cute clothes. And God knows what else hormonal teens want these days. Give her 10 minutes, she'll change her mind. There's nothing wrong with being deaf. I want her to know that she's enough, that she's all she needs to be, even if she's gonna hate me for this.
Oh, honey, she's gonna intermittently love and hate you so many times before you die, your head is gonna spin. Ella will realize someday that being deaf is all she needs to be. Some of my favorite people are deaf.
You know, my friends hated you when they first met you.
Why? Because I'm hearing?
No, because you're Methodist. I don't love you because you can hear. I love you because I love you. And you're the major breadwinner. I never thought I'd have to make a decision like this.
Well, maybe when she grows up, she'll choose herself and change her mind.
I hope you're right.
My chances are 50-50. Hey, I'm hungry. Let's you and I will go out to lunch. I'll pay. Phone's ringing. I'm gonna let that.
You have reached the confidential voicemail of ALEXSHADOW. Please leave your message of any length after the beep.
This is Dale from Dr. Stein's office. I'm leaving this message on your confidential voicemail as you requested. The results of your scan last week have come in. The radiologist has identified bilateral brain tumors on the 8th cranial nerve that are most likely benign. These tumors will require surgical removal, which will most likely cause you to completely lose your hearing. please call to make an appointment to come in as soon as possible to see the doctor to discuss tumor removal. Doctor is recommending installation of cochlear implants at the time of surgery. Thanks.
Besides the fact that you can't sign for shit, all this crap, it's about you, isn't it?
Do you think I'm writing a play about you? Of course it's about me. Always about me.
Hey, just to let you know, I'm not producing this shit.
What?
What the fuck? You and I, we discussed you writing a play with a deaf character. And you add all this sanctimonious shit. Where's the comedy?
I don't write comedy.
Okay, yeah, we're sick of this story. It's the same old thing, the poor deaf person. You know, the whole life, it's like we're the silent suffering. Where I come from, autism and accessibility, they're not entertaining. Give me something funny to laugh at.
Okay, if it doesn't matter if the characters are deaf or hearing, then be my guest and do any comedy that's out there. These characters are deaf, and the parts are written for deaf actors. Yes, from a hard of hearing perspective. That's all I've got. Tell me what's not important. What should I cut out?
What should you get rid of? All of it. Get rid of it. I get it. We know. Everybody knows.
Not everyone knows. Not everyone gets it. I get it.
You think you do.
No, I get this. I'm already completely deaf in one ear, and I have a tumor in the other ear that might grow someday and cause me to lose what little hearing I have left in that ear. Right now, I'm like every other hearing person I know, freaking out I'm going deaf.
That's your problem.
I know I'm not a great signer. When I'm in a room with deaf people, trying to keep up with the conversation, train's gone, sorry.
Oh, we wouldn't want you to feel left out.
I try to share and educate my hearing friends about people with hearing loss. I miss so much of the conversation. Do you know how many times I tell people I can't hear them?
I think I have an idea.
Oh, shit, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. When was the last time that you sat down with somebody deaf, just the two of you? Make an effort. You know, it's not my job or anyone else's job in the deaf community to make you feel better about yourself. If you ever completely lose your hearing, okay, if you ever lose your hearing completely, your last years of isolation will never compare to the 1,000 hours of silence that I've lived.
I never said it would. I set out to write a play with specifically deaf characters for specifically deaf actors. I never set to write something for a deaf audience. Most audiences aren't that familiar with the deaf culture, so I included some of that. A play specifically for a deaf audience should be written by a person with a deafer perspective than I have.
Okay. You're calling yourself hard of hearing. How much more perspective do you think you need to take in before you can normalize your being deaf into just being human? We're not novelties for you to show off to your play friends. Get over yourself.